What's up, YouTube fam? Do you want to learn how to drift, bro? Do you want to get sweet with the tandems, my dude? Stick around, I'm going to show you how to do it. Hey, if you wouldn't mind, like and subscribe. Come hang out again. Thanks. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so today's vid, all joking aside, we're going to learn you a little bit of knowledge here. So, I'm going to get going, I'm going to get telemetry on. If you're copying what I'm doing and trying to get better at drifting, one of the best things you can do, number one, rain drifting really helps. Works on your throttle control, works on trying to keep speed, because you are going to be a lot slower. If you can see, I'm staying in one lane. This is going to work on your throttle control, car positioning, and overall just your pace. If you're using the whole track, sometimes you can go a little quick, and I think that this might help you slow you down a little bit, get used to some of the lines that pros use. They're going to be tight, they're going to be really close quarters, and this is going to lead up to the next vid I'm going to be putting out, which is basically a learn how to tandem. It's going to be a little bit of a quicker one. More so just pointing out all the basics and pushing you guys out there to find a good teammate and a confidant that you can trust it. So in the first vid, I didn't really go over a whole lot of how to transition, how to, what's the word I'm looking for, drift normally. You can practice oversteering and practice, the normal easy stuff, but that's not going to get you super far. So when you're coming up, you can power oversteer. You always want to kind of throttle the gas into a turn. When you're coming up on a longer turn like this, you can grab the e-brake and the clutch. You can see them both go to 100%. That's how you know that I'm using them. But this will help you get that extra slide out of the car. Bring your ass end a little bit closer to the end of the road. Again, I'm staying in that same lane. Now, there are a little bit better ways to transition than just going from here to here. You can, again, use the e-brake and the clutch during your transition. So when we're coming up here, I'm going to do it up on this corner up here. So you're going in. And if you notice, you can go from full angle one way to full angle the other way. Basically in a lot quicker fashion as well. It's a little hard to do that just because you don't have any room inside the one lane. So if you do end up going to a second, you can do it just by grabbing the e-brake and not having to hit the gas. I always kind of recommend using the clutch and the gas at the same time, just to keep your RPMs up, not lose any speed, and be able to kind of clutch kick out of a corner. Another easy method I learned, I'm gonna jump away for a second and find a different spot on the map, so I will be right back. If you think this vid's off the wall, like and subscribe. Alright, so now this is one of my absolute favorite things to do in this game. Taking it onto the dirt. A lot of people don't like to do the dirt zones, and that's on them. They're kind of missing out. It's going to slow down your pace a lot. But it's also going to work on when you're on the gas, because you're going to be on the gas a lot more on the dirt. That's how you should also be on the street. People really want to either take it really fast with no angle, or try to get as much angle as possible, but lose a lot of speed. Work on your shifting up, work on your, actual lines that you're taking. You want to take an outside in for pretty much every corner. So outside. And again, I do apologize if sometimes I pause. You know, it is hard to sometimes focus. A little bit of ADHD in my, or ADD. You can use, like I said, the clutch and the e-brake is really going to get you to maximize the slide and the distance on what you're getting on these turns. Forgive me because I don't have the map up, so I have no idea where this track goes. But I'm just kind of out here having fun. You know? There is a drift zone out here. You can really throw it in. Try and hold that. I, for the most part, you know, when I'm drifting, I don't really do a whole lot of e-brake and clutch to transition. Could I get a little bit more points doing that? Sure. You are going to sacrifice speed, though. You know, and I've found in this game, speed is your biggest friend. If you can keep your speed up and avoid losing even just a few miles per hour, you're actually going to score higher than you would. For all-wheel drive, it's not an issue, you know, and if you watch any all-wheel drive streamers, you know, Ken Block's son, or, you know, any of those guys, a good buddy of mine, Vipers, also does streaming as well. He's a very, very high-level all-wheel drive guy. They're going to e-brake and clutch on every single turn because they can gain speed in a matter of seconds. So it doesn't really make a difference for them. For us guys, you know, we got to keep momentum. You know, we got to keep it rolling all the time. So, like, if you watch, you know, I do most of my transitions without touching anything. Obviously going to be in a higher gear on dirt just because the wheels spin faster. Usually it's about one gear lower that you find yourself on the normal asphalt. You know, if you can get used to transitioning and starting that counter steer, right away you turn in and already you're turning back, and then just learn how to balance it with your throttle positioning, you know, you're going to be golden on this game. Really don't have to do a whole lot of e-brake and clutch when it comes to rear-wheel drive, you know, unless you're just initiating. You can come up to a turn, you drive it in, and it's going to be easy on dirt, but so you're coming up here, and grab e-brake and slide right into this corner. Again, keep that throttle pin. You know, you want to use that clutch kick to your advantage. Again, I am sorry if I'm rambling on. I know these videos can get a little bit long sometimes. But, like I said, with the tandem video, it might be a little bit shorter. It's really a lot easier than you might think. So, 5th gear. Slide into that turn. Next thing you can do is, if your brakes are set to the front, you can actually extend a drift a little bit further by using the brake. And yeah, that's a lot of buttons to hold, but you'll be holding gas, brake at the same time. Clutch if you are losing power to clutch kick yourself out of that. If you don't think you're going to make a turn, you see how much further I'm going just by, like, holding that? And it's going to be pretty rare that you need to use that, but I do find myself online just trying to stretch out a little bit more points, you know, as we say, milk it. You want to make sure that you definitely are into the turn now when you're doing that. See how the front wheel's locked. But overall, you know, I think that is at least a few things for you guys to work on the next couple days. And I'll be back doing a online public drift for the total advanced tips. This is going to be how to really benefit from the curbs and stuff like that are in the game. And hopefully you guys learned something. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. And if you have anything you want to say in the comments, hey, go for it. I'm all ears. Thanks, guys. Have a great night. Oh, hey. You're still watching? Get out of here, man. Stop.